Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is my boxing review from the weekend's fights, of course. From the weekend's fight, of course, with top 8. Obviously early in the morning and the show that took place on Saturday evening. Yes, this was yesterday evening. So we'll start off with the main one. Of course, the main one we're going to be talking about is Munguia. Munguia stopping John Ryder in round 9. Stopping the tough John Ryder in round 9 in a very impressive performance. Very impressive performance from Munguia, you have to say, because a lot of questions were asked about Munguia going into this fight, especially from myself, about his resume. Not really got the most convincing resume, I'd say, apart from Ian Smith up north, which is on his resume. And but you got to say, Munguia, he started quickly, didn't he? He started quickly in the first couple of rounds. He got through knockdowns. I think he got, I can't quite remember. I think I got it on here about how many knockdown rounds he's got. There we go. And they are the knockdown rounds. He got the knockdown rounds in round 2, round 4. And of course, obviously, the ultimate round, which was round 9, where he got 2 knockdowns in one round. Munguia, which was the winning round for Munguia, as he ended up stopping John Ryder. But like I said, a really impressive performance. That was my scorecard. That's how I scored it. Munguia started quickly for me. Obviously, the knockdown in round 2, the 10-8 round. John Ryder came into it in round 3. Then Munguia took control back in round 4, round 5 for me. Round 4, then his second knockdown of the fight. And then I have to say, John Ryder, for me, probably won 3 rounds on the spin after round 5, in my opinion, and came back into it. It wasn't really winning the fight because Munguia was winning the fight, of course, because of the knockdowns. So Munguia was well clear in terms of my scorecard, even with the knockdowns and even with John Ryder winning the 3 rounds on the bounce. And obviously, very impressive from Munguia, who in round 9 was just a winning round to get the stoppage win. Against a very tough John Ryder. Very tough John Ryder for me. And it was a dominant win. You have to say it was a dominant win from Munguia. Better than his last performance he put in against Derevchenko. I still have questions about Munguia. Can he have that? Does he beat Canelo Alvarez? Probably not, but is there a better time to face Canelo Alvarez now when he's aging? So that could be a potential. David Benavidez, there's no chance he beats Benavidez in my eyes for me. Having Benavidez beats Munguia. But Munguia, I think the other potential opponents for him are definitely Christian MB, who we saw on the Bataria vs Smith card, and Edgar Beyonder. I think Edgar Beyonder and Christian MB, they're the ones that make sense for me in terms of what should be the next fight for Munguia. They'll be the ones that make sense for me. So impressive performance from Munguia. Where does John Ryder do on this? I still think it was a brilliant effort from John Ryder. It stood for him as well. He's getting another payday as well. Another payday for himself, John Ryder, because he fully deserves it for the boxing career he's had, John Ryder. And for me, I can't see the next opponent for him, for John Ryder. No doubt he will probably continue. But for me, I think he should retire now, John Ryder. You got your paychecks now, haven't you, in your bank account? He's had a good boxing career, and an unlucky bottom three, you have to say, at the same time, because you feel he should have been a unified world champion against Callum Smith. He was robbed against Danny Jacobs as well, you could say. Sorry. Not Danny Jacobs. Yeah, Callum Smith. Yeah, that was him. Say Callum Smith. You could say John Ryder was robbed in that fight, then say Callum Smith. You look at John Ryder's resume. He's got a pretty good resume, hasn't he? He's fought notable opponents, Zapata. So yeah, a few names in there for John Ryder. So I do think if I was advising him, I would just tell him to retire now. I think you've had a good bottom career, take the paychecks, and move on from there for me. So that is my review of Munguia versus Ryder. Also, was took place last night where was on the zone. Was the US Crocker versus Jose Farias card where US Crocker and Clarke, who are another we talked about with from that card, put in statement performances, put in KO performances. US Crocker knocking out Jose Farias and stopping Jose Farias in the 5th round. I mean, what a turnaround in that fight, because the first 2 rounds, Jose Farias, it was like Jose Farias' movement was too much. Well, it was too much for US Crocker. And Jose Farias started tricky until Jose Farias threw a low pro on US Crocker in the 3rd round and just complete chains after that for me. Complete chains after that. If anything, probably walked up an animal in US Crocker, in my opinion. It walked up an animal. Because before that low pro in the 3rd round, I felt US Crocker was getting into the fight and he was landing the punches. He would have won that round without the low pro, in my opinion. But the York Pro obviously competes against the star card, doesn't it? And it probably makes US Crocker already winning, despite that was probably his 1st round as well. On my star card, anyways. And then it just all changed after that. US Crocker was pound the pressure on in the 4th round as well. In the 4th round, and then the 5th round. The 5th round was the round for me where getting the knockdowns. 4th round, there was a knockdown. Jose Farias, he got back up. He's a tough fighter, Jose Farias. And this is a fucking statement win. This is a statement win for me, for US Crocker, because Jose Farias is a tough guy. And I felt US Crocker, for me, was still in the same territory as Darry Toy for me, which is why I went for Jose Farias to win on points. I honestly thought Jose Farias was shot another UK fighter. And I tell you what, it shows that US Crocker is the real deal. He is the real deal. Despite them first 2 rounds, he found a way to beat a tough fight in Jose Farias. And that's it. That's the aim. And I can see big things from US Crocker. I really can. I can see big things from him. I can see him being a world champion. I really do. Because he found a way against a tough fighter in Jose Farias, which was a massive step up for Crocker as well. So that's my review on that fight. And we saw in the top eater, Chevron Clarke breaking down Tommy McCarthy and stopping Tommy McCarthy early in the 4th round in a career best performance from Chev Clarke. For me, definitely a career best performance. Breaking down Tommy McCarthy, brilliant performance from him. And he moves on now, Chev Clarke. And I said in my Twin Swing versus Matchroom potential fights that US Crocker could face Davin Twin, which would be an absolute prop buster, that one, in my opinion. I think Chev Clarke could potentially face Tommy Fietzer, Queen Sweet's Tommy Fietzer, in my opinion. In the Queen Sweet versus Matchroom, fight. And I think it can happen. Because they're best buddies now, Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. So it don't have to be on the same show. I think you can have separate shows, in my opinion. Like Eddie Hearn, what the fucking hell? Eddie Hearn would allow to contact to fight on the Queensbury show against Tommy Fetzer, for example, something like that. So, but that is my bottom review from the fights that took place in the past weekend. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments on the fights I've spoke about. Take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video, which will be my Liverpool versus Norwich match review and my Liverpool versus Chelsea match preview.